Hi, this is Nikki. I thought I'd show you a few things in my junk journal. Everything in here was like leftover from other photo projects or things I'd saved, like tickets, stamps, things that you just put in drawers and boxes. So I decided that I'd put them all in one book. As you can see, it got quite chunky. So there's only a couple of pages left in it that need some work on them, but I just thought I'd show you a few things. I started Zentangling a while back and I made this envelope, but then I liked it too much to use, so I just sort of stuck it in there. These are some things that were left over from other projects, and I made myself some little pockets here with sayings and things in, just things I wanted to remember. This was left over from my parents' wedding album. I made them, and so I saved the pictures and obviously all my relatives and people who were around before I was born, and I just laid them down with some bits and pieces from my crafty stash. This was a birthday card that I had that I really liked, so just put that in. This is a picture of my grandfather. He died before I was born, and this was a picture taken during World War II when he was in the RAF. My mother always talked so fondly of him, and so I would have liked to have met him but never did. So this is my page to him. As you see, he looks quite smart in his uniform. And here's another picture of him here in his flying outfit, his flying jacket. And although he wasn't a pilot, he was with the aircrew. And I just put a ancient map here out of an old atlas, which I thought looked rather nice with it. The next page is all things from my childhood that I've kept or remembered, books that I loved, and films, Mary Poppins and Chitty Bang Bang. One of my favourite books here, Charlotte's Web, The Cat in the Hat, those type of things. Next page is another picture of my parents and my grandmother, and some journaling there about the photo. I was making a joke about my mother's hair. Looks like she's got some sort of wig on, which she hasn't, but it looks like it. Some postcards of different places I've been, things I wanted to remember. This was from my late mother-in-law, so I just put those in there. This was a picture from the brochure of the first holiday my husband and I took to the Bahamas, and so I've just written a little bit about that, and you know, where we went, what we did, those type of things. It's an envelope I made here out of an old calendar, and there's some information about Van Gogh in there. This is all little things I've found that I kept for one reason or another. This was some information and pictures and things about a trip we went to Washington, and I saved some of those. This is another picture of my grandparents. This is my granddad and grandmother, and I used this old frame out of a magazine, and I took a close-up of it, and then happy wife, happy life. And apparently they just had a big row just before this photo was taken. So my granddad's smiling, trying to make it look like everything's all right. And my grandmother's fuming, obviously. This was a page I've quite large, but I've not put anything on it yet. This was a bar of chocolate my husband brought me back from Poland, and I loved the pictures on it. It's all ornate with little birds and things, so I put that in here. This is my other grandfather and one of my uncles when he was a child. And this is my grandma, and I cut her out and put her inside a birthday card that I'd had, and I think that looks rather sweet, that she's like sitting in a conservatory of flowers, and I've put all things she liked. She liked her garden and her birds and things, so I put all that round her. This page is a picture of me and things I like. So like these birds and a little saying in there. This reminds me of my brother when he was little. I used to do him treasure maps, pirate maps with little skull and crossbones on. That was always his favourite. And this is my version of the Julie Nutting paper dolls. So this is supposedly me. I mean, if I've got a waist that thin, that'd be wonderful. But I quite liked it. I quite like the colours. And I put here, imagination is more important than knowledge. And that's by Albert Einstein. Things I like to remember. This was a piece of packaging from a stencil, I think it was. So I put so happy. And my long flowing hair. Well, I used to have long hair. There's a picture of my auntie, all dressed up for some fancy occasion, going somewhere with my grandma. This is my homage to shoes. I do like my shoes, and as it says, you can never have enough pairs of shoes. Definitely not. And this was my brother's graduation. So I celebrated a big picture, and here's my mum and dad celebrating with him. And I'd made him a book to remember the day, but I just put these photos in here. And this was a little stamp I had of an owl, and what I did was I cut the tummy out and put a Tim Holtz clock and the cracking on it, and then sort of made that his belly. And then I made this little hat, graduation hat, out of some wire and some Tim Holtz craft paper, and I think that looks rather sweet. I think it looks a bit sort of steampunky, but quite nice. I didn't have any graduation embellishments left, so I thought I would make my own, and I was rather pleased with that. There's a letter, another photo of me with my grandma when I was little, and a photo of my mum when she was 15, although she does look a lot older there. When we went to the Grand Canyon, a holiday here when we went to Florida, and just some journaling about it. And as I say, these are all just leftover scraps and just leftover from other projects. Nothing here has been bought specially for this book, so I was really pleased, and it makes it such a nice way to look back at things and just flick through things. This is when we went to New York, and some pictures here, me and my son. And this was when we went to see Spamalot on Broadway. And so this is what I've done with it. I've really enjoyed it, and I'll show you some more bits another time. But so I hope you get some ideas and some inspiration for your junk journal or smash book. Okay.